Maisie, guess what today is? New bike day! Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is new bike day 2022 Trek Top Fuel. This started life as a Trek Top Fuel 9.7, so it has the carbon frame done by Trek, but I pretty much changed everything. And in this video, we're gonna go over what I've changed and why I've picked these components and parts for this bike. If you're not familiar with what a Trek Top Fuel is, it's a, I guess, XC / short travel trail bike. 120 millimeters of travel in the front and 120 millimeters of travel in the back. Bike started as, like I said, a Trek Top Fuel 9.7. The only reason I went with the 9.7 because I wanted the carbon frame, and that's pretty much it. To get a carbon frame by itself from Trek, it was back ordered for forever. So went to my local shop, Bike Barn Racing, and picked up this beautiful black raw carbon frame with the gold accent writing. Looks really good, almost like a copper color. But we're gonna start at the front. We're gonna make our way to the back. And if you guys have any questions on the components I picked, or even questions about the Trek Top Fuel, this is the, like I said, the 9.7 version, size medium, large frame. So I'm 5'10"-ish, 175 pounds, and this is like the best fitting bike I've ever had. I love how Trek does a medium large. You know, I'm the average size guy, so hey, why not have a frame that fits the average size guy? Full carbon frame. It's got the little down tube door like Specialized, but it is quite small, so I'm not going to open it up, but it just flicks a little switch right here, opens up. I have a tube in there, a little CO2 cartridge, but it's really jammed in there. It's hard to get in there. It's not like Specialized where it has a big door. You can stuff burritos and all this stuff in there, whatever you want. This one's a little bit more difficult. Frame by itself, I don't know how much it weighs, the frame by itself, but how I have this build, it weighs, with pedals, 27 pounds, but it's a pretty light bike. It rides light, it rides nice, good pedaling bike. So we'll start with the wheels. If you guys have been watching my channel or watch my Instagram stories, you saw that I cracked my back wheel. I've also done a review on these wheels. I'll leave a card up here in the top of the screen, but these are the Roval Control wheels, done by Specialized. The cool thing about these wheels, they weigh just a little over 1,400 grams, so super light, but super strong. Yeah, I know you're saying you cracked one though, but hear me out. They have a nice wide inner width of 29 millimeters, but the main reason why I cracked it, I'm running pretty janky stuff on this bike, and I had the stock Bontrager XR4 tires. These tires are just basically XC tires with bigger knobs, super lightweight, nice supple ride, but just can't hold up. The sidewalls are pretty flimsy, so I went with a nice trail tire. Weighs a little bit more than the XR4s, but Eliminator Specialized tire in the front, 29 by 2.3, and a ground control 29 by 2.3. Great tire combo. I've been riding it for about a month now. I'm really digging it. The front tire hooks up really nice. It's a pretty aggressive tread. Also done a review on this tire. Nice sidewall stiffness. It's the T7 compound. It's a little faster rolling front and back because I'm looking for, you know, the purpose of this bike is a fast, light, capable short travel trail bike. I love short travel bikes. If I had to pick one genre of bike, this would be it because it makes sense for my local trails. And if I want to get a little rowdy on it, I can still do that even though it has only 120 millimeters. So with this tire combo, the Eliminator and the ground control, I feel a little bit more secure with these lighter weight wheels. I do have other wheels I could take off my Stump Jumper Evo, the special, or we call it the Santa Cruz Reserve wheels, which if I want to beef it up, I could put those on, but these are pretty good. Cracked this back wheel, like I said. Roval has warrantied it. I got it back in like 2 weeks. I'll make another video about that and the whole process. And TT Swiss 350 hubs. I upgraded the rear ratchet to 54 teeth, so a little more engagement to get up, you know, those technical climbs. This is the RockShox Pike Ultimate 35 millimeter stanchions. I have it set at 120 millimeters of travel. I might up the travel to 130 and see how that feels, but 120 is feeling pretty good. I do use all the travel. My settings on here, which I love about RockShox, is it's pretty easy to set up. High speed compression, I have it clicked out 2 from fully open, and low speed just 1. That's it. And that's all the settings you get with the compression. The rebound, 3 clicks from being full fast, full speed, rebound, whatever. Great fork, really supple off the top, even set at this 112 millimeters. And I know a lot of you are gonna ask, why didn't I go with the SID? I really do like the SID. I had the SID on the Top Fuel 8, it came with it. I just wanted to beef it up a little bit, add a little more stiffness in the front end, and I just wanted the adjustment of the Charger 2 damper there. And on the topic of suspension, guys, as you can see, definitely changed out the back shock. Comes with the Fox Performance inline shock. I decided to go with the RockShox Super Deluxe Ultimate Rear Shock. And the reason I went with such a beefy shock on such a short travel bike is the adjustment, number 1. And number 2, I actually do some pretty rowdy stuff on this bike, so I can heat up that stock shock. Having the canister on here with a little more oil keeps the shock feeling a little bit more consistent, so it doesn't heat up. It keeps it a little bit cooler, but also you have an adjustment for a low speed compression here, and you have a lockout if you want to do those crazy climbs. But I never locked this bike out, you know, only being 120 millimeters of travel. Thing climbs awesome. Really nice pedaling platform Trek has here. For brakes, I have the Shimano XT M8100 brakes. So these are just the 2-pot brakes, not the 4. For what I use this bike, the 2-pot's plenty of power, especially these XT brakes. Got plenty of power, and they don't jiggle with the pads like the 4-pot ones. I have the Ice Tech rotors, 180 millimeters in the front, 160 in the back. For the cockpit, I have the 1UP carbon bar, 35 millimeter rise, and I cut the bars to 780 millimeters wide, so got pretty long arms, and 800 is just a little wide for me, so cut them to 780 feels fantastic. I love this bar. It's one of my favorite bars. For grips, I got Trail Ones, Hell's Gate grips. Brian recommended them from BKXC, and I gave them a whirl, and man, they're really good. Nice and cushy, pretty thick grip. I love how they have the little almost BMX feel to it with the little rib, you know, in between the handlebar and the grip. Just it fits my hand. Really nice to ride barehanded. Good with gloves, but if you ride barehanded a lot, these are nice and soft, so they don't weigh your hands down, and they damp the trail pretty good too. So if you're riding a trail, it's pretty rocky and technical. It'll help out with your arm pump. As for dropper, I haven't changed this yet. This is the Bontrager, just basic dropper, 150 millimeters of drop. I could definitely probably get a 185 or a 170 in there. Stock stem, I like the stem here. And it's a pain in the butt to change the stem out because it does have the knock block still, even though it doesn't need it, it has it. So you got to replace all the stuff inside, and it's not a big deal, but I just like the stem. It's 45 millimeters in length, and it fits my 5'10" monkey arms perfectly. As for drivetrain, got the Shimano XT 12-speed drivetrain, SLX cranks, and for cassette, trying to lighten up the bike a little bit, it came with a SLX cassette 12-speed, but I decided to go with my XO1 12-speed 10 to 51 tooth cassette. Just it lightens it up. It's one piece, and it looks pretty good. Shifting's not perfect. You do need to, mess with the shifter while you're going through the gears. It's not dead on, but it's pretty dang close. Probably gonna go with the GX Axis eventually. Probably just keep the SLX cranks and then put an absolute black chainring, maybe the oval one. Give that a whirl. Never tried one of those. And then the GX Eagle Axis drivetrain, or maybe XO1. I don't know. We'll see what they have in stock. As for saddle, it's just a stock one. I actually don't mind it. Fits my tailbone pretty good. Bontrager, I believe it's Arvada saddle. Pretty good. I mean, no complaints. But guys, if you want to see me ride this Trek Top Fuel, I'll leave a card to Brian's channel. There's 2 videos I'm in when I'm riding this Top Fuel. One where I crack the back wheel, and one at my local trails in Pine Hills. We're doing some pretty good features there. Really good bike. I look forward to having it on the channel in the future. And I know you guys are gonna say, hey, but how's this compared to the Fazari or other short travel bikes you've ridden? Leave in the comments below, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.